in both, ma'am?
Almost, it's almost same, almost same. They are working in the same parameters, just the requirement to establish them is different. One is a proper company kind of thing. You know, the company is a corporate house. They have certain laws. They have certain requirements when in order to get registered. There are certain number of people should be there. All that is varying according to the text which I studied. Rest the functioning everywhere I just go through that FPOs and that FPC, it's the same. All are doing the same functions. But वो कैसे बनेगा उसमें अंतर है कि एक में दो जनों को लेकर आप FPOs बना सकते हो, but for FPC you need more members to start that. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Any other doubts? Still, I'll give you that document. Any other doubt? I hope you all are doing well. All of you are vaccinated? Who's not vaccinated? Still.
Me, ma'am, Monica.
Okay.
Me
Monica.
also, ma'am Manisha.
Okay, fine.
From yesterday it was stopped, ma'am, in Telangana state.
Yesterday it was?
Stopped, ma'am. Booking was stopped. Online slot booking
Okay.
was.
Why? Why?
I don't know, ma'am. Yesterday itself I went there.
Okay. Okay. And any plans for the college opening? Like now, since I think lockdown is picking up and people have again started getting lenient, but please, guys, just take all the precautions. We do not know what the third wave is all about. Already we have suffered a lot in the second wave. Don't be lenient and just stay at your home. Home is the safest place right now. Don't go even, for hiking and camping and traveling, all those travelers. Okay, fine. So now talking about what I'll do is we will be talking about the various institutions which are associated with your agriculture marketing. How? Yes.
I had a doubt about the report.
Which
like,
report?
should we the sectorial report?
Okay, Mr. Yeah.
Like, is both should we make PDF? I mean, should we make Word as well as PPT?
No. First, you make a PPT. You must have collected your data, I suppose, because
Yes.
hardly, so you must have, what you have to present. First,
Yes.
give a presentation that what your sector is all about, how the markets are going in your sector, what is the current status of your sector, what is, the investment in currently in your sector, what is the market share of your sector, everything. I think I have told about this, the headings in the first class. है ना उसके बाद impact of COVID, you present all that in 20 to 22 slides max. Fine. Okay. Then once your presentation will be fine, I will ask you to convert, to make the PDF of that, and then you submit the PDF.
Okay, the PDF of the PPT itself.
Yes. Don't submit the PDF right now. There can be certain changes in the presentation. There can be certain data or a certain number crunching which can happen. So submit the PDF afterwards. Within a week you can submit after the course ends, but not beyond that. But PPT you can present now.
Okay. Yeah. Everything we have to just present it as a pointer, so we have to give the complete data in it.
You have to give the complete information. It will be a kind. See, this is not related with the course. I am not lying. It's not, but it is something which I wanted that you should all know about the sector because we studied about agri-business. So आप जो भी बताएंगे वो मेरे लिए भी फायदा ही होना चाहिए. It should not be a wastage of time. And for your batchmates also, you should come up with certain new knowledgeable, capsule kind of thing about. If you are discussing seed industry, you should give us all the knowledge about seed industry within those 25 slides. Whether you write it point wise or you're illustrating it or however you're doing, I should know what is the current scenario of seed industry after looking into your presentation. Okay. What are the companies in those seed industries? What are the companies on the seed industry? Is there other government regulation which has been imposed on that? All these things, you know about all these things now. Almost going to be going for your summer internship. So please try to give a good information. not just copy paste or downloaded PPT from everywhere. आप बनाएंगे, आपको फायदा होगा, seriously आपको फायदा होगा. यही करते हैं सारे एग्री बिजनेस कॉलेजेस में, that we make these sectoral reports and we study these sectoral reports. What else they will be asking you in the final placements? They will be asking you आपका समर इंटर्नशिप कौन सी कंपनी में हुआ, उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस होंगे. आपका प्रोजेक्ट क्या हुआ, उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस होंगे. सम क्वेश्चंस ऑन एचआर and few questions on your subject knowledge, like how you will be doing rural marketing, how you will be marketing this thing, if you have to associate the small marginal farmers, how you will be helping them to trade on these platform. All these kinds of things where your analytical knowledge as well as your applied knowledge will come. These things they ask in interviews. They will not ask you give me the definition of logistic, or tell me about marketing, or tell me about value addition. No, they will not ask. They will only ask you applied based question, as well as they will, if you are sitting in a seed company, suppose if you're sitting for Myco, if you're sitting for Bayer's crop science, and of course they will ask you about the sectors. You should study about the sector with which you will be sitting in the finals, right? If you are sitting for commodities, if you are sitting for NCDA, you have to study about commodities, you have to study about the company. How can you sit there without knowing about the background of commodities? That's what I want. See, I do not know whether I will be interacting with you in future, but I felt that this is the last opportunity for me to guide you so that you can prepare for your finals also. That's why I thought that why not inculcate these sectoral reports in the course. Simple. So please try to give a good information in that. Don't waste your and my time also. Acha, though classes, almost 2 classes will be there for these presentations. So please make sure that you are giving good information. It should be useful for me also. If I am not an agri input person, but if I go through your PPT, I should get certain good information. If I'm reading poultry industry, I should know certain good information. Find worth so that I'll feel acha banaya, acha knowledge. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you guys will do good work. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आप लोग you will be just copy pasting things. Sit together and work on those PPT, and please work in groups. Okay, so I will be starting your Central Warehousing Corporation. We will be talking about some of the institutions which are associated with agriculture. I have chosen few of them. I am already sure that you must be knowing about these institutions. Prior to our discussion, एक idea तो होगा ही आपको that what these institutions all are about. I will be just be telling them about the basic functions, and we will be just looking at their website, that how they are working. That's all. I'm going. No much theory I will be dealing with these things, because there's n numbers of reports and theory about Central Warehousing Corporation, EPIDA, EPEX, all is already there on the internet. So if you have any other doubts regarding their functioning and work, you can ask me. So if the first one is Central Warehousing Corporation. What is Central Warehousing Corporation? It was set up in the year 1957, and basically its function is under the Warehousing Corporation Act. Fine. So in 1962, for warehousing of agriculture produce and notified commodities, it was included your Central Warehousing Corporation. The objective of this corporation, which was established in order to acquire as well as to build. लेंगे भी, acquire भी करेंगे, even construction भी करेंगे for the warehouse. Number one, for storage of agriculture produce, seeds, manures, fertilizers, and other notified commodities. So they will be storing all these things, the seeds also, the manures also, the fertilizers also, as well as your commodities. And to establish a specialized warehouse, and I would say container freight station, they have inland clearing depots for storing industrial, exportable, as well as importable goods. So they have specialized warehouses. You have specialized warehouses for your export goods, your import goods, for those clearings which need to be done. They are not stored in the common or general warehouses, but we have specialized warehouses for them. The objective of your corporation is, number one, to train, educate, as well as assist or help the farmers in reduction of post-harvest losses at farm levels through scientific storage techniques and disinfestation measures. So basically, they want to educate the farmers, kaise bhi karke, whether you are giving them training or education, as well as helping them how that they need to store their produce, they need to reduce their post-harvest losses, they can wait for the right price if they are making use of these logistic facilities which are available, not logistic storing facilities which are available. Now, the other functions of CWC. What are the other functions besides storing, training, educating the farmers? What are the other functions of CWC? Any idea, Harish?
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Like the act was in 1962, but it was set up in 1957.
Yes, yes, yes. It became more organized in 1962. You know, it established in 1957, but it became organized and systematic and get this proper name of central warehousing as well as its agendas in 1962.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Muslim. Any other functions of CWC? बताइए.
Giving collaterals.
They are doing collaterals. Yes. What else? Manisha, what else the function of CWC? See, these are government owned warehouses basically, right? They help you in storages as well as handling, as well as there are service providers. They will store your produce, they will also handle it, as well as other services they will be providing. Now I'm talking about what are the other services which these government warehouses will be providing. Yes, Mamita. भाई बता दो, गूगल कर रहे हो तो गूगल मत करो, कुछ नहीं होने वाला, बताओ. Tell me. I know. क्या हो जाएगा? I don't understand. Evo. See, all these things you should know अब. ऐसे पता होना चाहिए. क्या फायदा? You are just faking your personality. Okay, other function is that they are trying to provision of space to accept notified commodities from various clients. Number one, they are providing a space, storage. Fine. Act as an enabler for credit through pledge of negotiable warehouse receipt with banks, which Muslim said. They are providing collaterals, right? So they are acting as an enabler for credit, and your receipts from these warehouses can be negotiable, and you can take loans from the bank on these receipts. Fine, Akhilesh? Are you there? Jaypal?
Is not there.
Okay, fine. Chaliye. Scientific storage through a chain of 466 numbers of warehouses all over the country at reasonable rate. Of course, the rates will be comparatively cheaper because they're government owned. There are, the 466 warehouses available, cold air conditioned storages for perishable like fruits, vegetables, dairy products, drugs, and pharmaceuticals. So all these produce which required a comparatively, conditioned atmosphere, which required cold air atmosphere or particular specific temperature for your dairy products, for your drugs, for your vegetables, pharmaceuticals, they are required. They also come under the function of CWs. Custom bonded warehouses, which the warehouses which you have at ports, at towns, at industrial complexes, as well as at inland stations where you do your export import, as I mentioned. That is also a function. The other one is air cargo complexes, to provide storage facility at airports. At airports we need warehouses. We have warehouses because there is, again, beside ports, you have import output business going on the airports through the flights. So there also you need air cargo complexes, which is also a function of your CWC. Container freight station and inland clearance depot for handling of import containers, their de-stuffing and delivery of stock, consolidation and stuffing of export cargoes for onward transmission to gateway ports by roads or railway, all is also the function of CWC. So they are not just for storage, they are not just for, providing you a warehouse receipt, they are not just for handling your produce, but also all the import exports, functions which happens when the import goods come, their containers, their handling, there's de-stuffing of those containers, then filling of the containers for your export. All those functions are also happening in your container freight station, which we call CFC, which also comes under your CWC functions. The next one is handling and transport facility to depositors on their request on actual plus nominal supervision charges. So when they are doing handling and transporting, as mentioned, they are also charging a nominal supervision fees for that. That will also be there. Another function is orderly marketing, which is facilitating through handling, number one, grading, storage, and distribution of commodities on the behalf of import marketing and consumer centers. So they are also working in, they are also doing certain functions of your import marketing. Help the depositor to keep his goods indemnified against the losses of damage due to fire, floods, and bulgari. So if there is any theft, they are protecting your goods from theft. They are protecting your goods from floods, fire, all those losses which your goods can face when they are exposed to these calamities. CWC takes up construction programs of warehouses for storage of other companies. So वो construction भी करते हैं, सिर्फ storage नहीं करते. अब आपको warehouse चाहिए more. So who will be responsible? How the funds will be regulated for the storage of more warehouses? That work also comes under your CWC. And under Farmer Extension Service Scheme, they also educate the farmer on scientific preservation at farm level to reduce post-harvest losses, which I have already mentioned. So under the scheme, इनका काम भी आता है. गवर्नमेंट का स्कीम जो होता है फार्मर एक्सटेंशन सर्विसेज में, there also the role of this government warehousing corporation CWC comes, where their work is to educate the farmer कि आप अपना produce warehouse में रखिए, उसे protect कीजिए and to reduce the post harvest losses. It also provides pest control services at the doorsteps of farmers, traders, cooperatives, government organizers, exporters, importers at a very competitive rate, with a network of technically trained service manpower throughout the country. So these are the services which are giving CWC. Like they are doing now, they are doing helping in storage, they are helping in handling, plus they are providing certain facilities like the pest control facilities at your doorsteps and at at a nominal price. Expert advice and training on storage problems. What all things you will be storing, how you will be storing, all those advice will also be given to you. How you can protect it. Consultancy services. Like if you are working on a project, they will help you in the preparation of the project, where you can, in which, along with which warehouse you can associate techno-economical feasible reports in respect of warehousing facilities. Any project which has any collaboration with your warehouse, they provide consultancy service. Avnish,
Yes, ma'am.
पानी पी लो.
क्या मैम?
पानी पी लो, drink water. हाँ, ठीक है. So preparation of project. I wish मैं तुम लोग की क्लास लेती, then I could have seen कि कोई नहीं सोता क्लास में. Anyways, अभी तो आप भी मुझे नहीं देख सकते because of that network issue, and मैं भी आपको नहीं देख सकती. But I wish I could have taken your offline classes. Anyways, consultancy services is like they are also providing certain any project which is related with your warehousing and all. They provide services regarding that. Fine. Now I'll just show you the website of this.
Ma'am,
हाँ जी बोलिए.
Ma'am, other function of warehouses is, ma'am, warehouse provide employment.
Warehouse provide?
Employment, because in India, ma'am,
Yes, yes,
many
absolutely.
warehouse depend on manpower.
Yes, yes. बिल्कुल ठीक है. Employment तो होगा ही. कोई भी organization होगा तो they will definitely provide employment. Avnish, right? So this is the website of Central Warehousing Corporation. I hope it is visible to all of you. Fine. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see that on the front page only, they are talking about the pest control services that for booking, they are offering door-to-door pest service consulting, control services to the farmers, to the cooperatives, to the companies, to the import houses, export houses. They have given this toll-free number plus the home. You can, about us, if we want to talk about, you can read all these things. What is the mission? That's why I have not included it in the slides. The services, as I mentioned, they are providing storage services, they are providing IDC and CF services, bond facilities, air cargo operation, which I said, trains operation, integrated check post terminals, intermediate godowns, which are in between, two cities or which are between the private and the government godowns, pest control services, farmer extension services, tariff and rates is about किस commodity पे कितना tariff लगेगा. If I am not wrong, I suppose वही होता है इसमें जब मैंने last time देखा था. So this is I think this will be the rates of 2021. Can you see this?
Yes.
Just a minute, let me try to zoom it. Can you see this? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so they have given the tariff rates that the rate for bag per unit per month in paise. So this is the amount in paise. Fine. So एक bag का कितना charge वो ले रहे हैं. And one bag can be like हम wheat की बात करेंगे तो आपका एक bag per weight can be up to 50, 50 to 75 kg. 75 to 100. तो आपका एक बैग कितना है, स्टैक हाइट कितना होगा, एक बैग का इक्विवेलेंट कितना होगा, उसका रेट कितना होगा, they have mentioned. Fine. So this is how they have mentioned the tariff rates. It's nothing to go very deep into the things, but just to give you an awareness that how the other functions which we were talking about are there. Fine. The employees corner and online space booking also can you do. You can see visit the various warehouses, their locations. See, as I said, you can visit your state. Suppose whichever state you want to visit Chandigarh and you want to visit particular warehouse at particular location. The name you can keep it. You write it over there. आप अपना समर इंटर्नशिप भी कर रहे हैं, आपको किसी वेयरहाउस का लोकेशन चाहिए, उसका ऑक्यूपेंसी चाहिए, कितना वैकेंसी है उसमें, कितना ओपन स्पेस है, you can just type the name of those warehouse in that particular state. You will get all the information. Plus you can, if you need to book it, you can book it also. Fine, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is all about your CWC. Next we need to talk about the commodity boards. So what are commodity boards? Any idea? Sheetal, batao. What is commodity boards?
मैम पर्टिकुलर इन लोगों का होता होगा जिसमें ये सारा डिसीजन वगैरह प्लानिंग वगैरह होता होगा.
No, Sheetal. No, wrong.
Ma'am, are they related to that rubber board, coffee board, tea board?
Yes. Sheetal, in commodity board, we, there are certain commodities which come under these boards, specific commodities. Like Pragya mentioned about those coffee boards, tea boards, spice boards. So there are certain commodities which under certain ministries, they have established these boards. And the government of India has set up commodity boards as separate organization to promote the export of commodities. Commodity boards regard themselves as a match to export promotion council, but they are different from export promotion councils because export promotion councils, they basically are engaged in all the activities and functions related with the export of your goods. But commodity boards, they are engaged in various other functions besides export. Export is one of the function of commodity board, but not the only function. Is it clear? तो जितने भी
Yes.
एक्सपोर्ट बोर्ड्स हैं, ये स्पाइसेस का है, कॉफी का है, कोयर का है, टी का है, ये एक्सपोर्ट तो करते ही हैं बट और काम भी करते हैं. बट जो एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन काउंसिल्स होते हैं, दे आर बेसिकली एंगेज्ड विद योर एक्सपोर्ट्स. नाउ व्हाट आर द फंक्शंस एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ योर कमोडिटी बोर्ड्स? Number one, they advise the government on the policy matters such as fixing quotas for export. How much quota we need to fix for export, that this much amount of quantity we have to export for this commodity. Entering into trade agreements with your foreign countries. If you need to enter into a trade agreement for your tea commodity with any XYZ foreign country, it will be your tea board who will be responsible for that and who will be advising the government on all the policy matters related with that. Undertaking promotional activities such as your participation in exhibition and trade fairs, opening of foreign office abroad, conducting marketing survey, sponsoring trade delegations. All these are also your functions of commodity boards. आपको अपना टी का कोई ऑफिस abroad open करना है, who will be responsible? Your commodity boards. You are demonstrating all your activities in Spain about your tea in one of the trade fair. Who will be responsible? The tea boards. If you are doing any marketing surveys which is included for the policy workers of the policy reformations of the tea, who will be responsible? Your tea boards. If you are doing sponsoring trade delegations between two countries, who will be responsible? Tea boards. I'm just giving an example of tea I'm talking about. Promoting the consumption of commodity in their jurisdiction by opening branch offices in the foreign countries, which I already mentioned. Resolving all the problems related to commodities in their jurisdiction. So whatever issues will be there. So they have developed, the government of India, they have developed a particular board for these commodities and they only will be responsible for all their plus and minus things. Now undertaking, if any research activity they have to undertake, like to develop production, marketing activities within the country, commodity boards will be responsible. They have research unit of their own. For example, Central Coffee Research Institution, Rubber Research Institution, Koi Research Institution at LAP, the Central Sericulture Research Station at Behrampur. So these commodity boards, they have their own research institution which keep on doing, working on their varieties, working on their diseases, pests, or certain new hybrids if they need to launch, or certain new technology they want to inculcate. So all those things, they have their own research units, these commodity boards. Plus, they also participate in imparting training to the workers who are engaged in the production of the commodity concern. So, unko educate karna, jo kaam karte hain, unko train karna, how to grow or produce that particular commodity. That works also come under your commodity board. National Coil Training and Design Center, Institution of Handloom Technology at Salem and at Varanasi are the training institutions set up by the respective commodity boards. So these are just an examples which I have mentioned. ये training institutions हैं जहाँ पर training, they impart training to the workers about the production of these institutions. Now, kind of commodity boards, I have mentioned the most important one. The first one is coffee board. Fine. So, just a minute. Okay. Your coffee board is one of them. Let me show you. Yeah. Can you see the website?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is about your coffee board. It comes under your Government of India Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So this is the ministry under which your coffee board comes. They talk about all the export of coffee, you have list of exporters. Why I'm telling you, I do not know what will be your summer internship and what job you will be doing. But what my purpose is just to give you an idea that if you need to search for certain information, this is where you will be finding it. So if you need to find out the exporters of coffee, you will find on the coffee board there is export. They talk about the exporters. Export ka information aapko jo bhi chahiye, that is available over here. You know, all the, let me see if they have updated certain information. Oops, there is a PDF जो मैंने download कर लिया है. Let me see if there's something relevant. So that, okay, so they have mentioned, you can see this?
Yes, ma'am.
So you must be aware that we are exporting coffee extract on both Indian and re-exported coffee. So they have mentioned all the data related with coffee for your 1st October 2019 and 20. You can read this just to give you an information. I hope they must be having it for previous years also. This is about Indian coffee, all those things. Now, coffee, where we are importing, which Arabica, Robusta, you must be knowing these are the varieties of coffee. पढ़ा होगा agriculture में, to Italy, Belgium, how much tons we are exporting. Fine. So this is about your exports. Then the services, as I mentioned, they're also into research, they're also into extension, teaching the workers, planters, SMS registration, online services, all the statistics which you need to know about, the whole database is over here. The schemes under your 12 plan schemes and 11 plan schemes are also under these. So this is about your coffee boards. Any doubts? Similarly, you have the next one is your tea board. Is it visible, the tea board of India?
Yes.
Masala chai. Yes, so here is your masala chai. It also comes under your Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Again, they have list of your small tree growers. They have all the activities. I do not know what the activities they are talking about. Okay. So they have activity, the capacity building programs, the orientation programs, which they are working under the tea boards of India. Then they have schemes, they have research, as I mentioned, that these commodity boards are engaged in various research, promotion, international events, domestic events, those trade fairs, those exhibition among the countries where you will be going and promoting your tea or any commodity. That is also responsible of tea boards. The varieties of the tea which are available, Darjeeling, Assam, Kangra, masala tea. Statistics has all the weekly prices, global tea, all the reports which you will be finding, and the regulatory activities. This is about your tea board. Fine. Any doubts? Saksham, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Venkat, Taruk, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So next is your spice board. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is about your spices board. Even spices board comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. All the spices, you must be knowing the board members, the annual reports. Indian spices will be coming over here. The list of all the spices, you will get the spices catalog. Even garlic is included in that. All your black pepper, your cardamom, everything will be coming in this. Asafoetida, bay leaf, जितने भी spices हैं उनका सारा data you will get over there. Again, there is a research organization, the quality. In this, they have their quality standards, their training program, then their brochure. Everything is there. Marketing, publicity. I think this is enough to discuss about the various boards. इसी तरीके से आपके Coir board is there, Central Silk board is there, All India Handicraft board is there, All India Handloom board is there. So similarly, you have different commodity boards. I have mentioned the websites here, their homepage link. Anytime you can go and read about them. Fine. Any particular board you want to see or visit the website? National Handy.
Like,
Okay.
ma'am, I'm having a doubt.
Yes.
Like farmers are facing
issues of marketing, like they were able to produce their production of different spices or any produce, but
Yes.
unable to market.
Okay.
Do these boards may help out the farmers to procure or
See, yes,
this?
yes, 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 they do. They do. But as I said, they do. They have extension programs where they try to help the farmer to educate them, to collect them. But as I said, the most of the problems in basically they are engaged in export marketing. You know, can you see this? So basically, the whole issue is come is because the produce is so less, the marginal farmers issue is there. That's why basically they engage with the larger and the bigger farmers. But सारा issue आता है smaller marginal farmers के जो produce है, how we can utilize them. So as we have already discussed in the previous classes that the FPO's work, the aggregators work, all those are trying to uh, make use of the small farmers. If you could remember, I shared a report with you where you could see that now in Gujarat, the private trading is more with small and marginal farmers because of the FPOs. So you are absolutely right that are they helping them? Yes, they are helping, but conveniently they are helping the larger farmers. Because again, the whole questions come that how they will be marketing those small produce which the small marginal farmers will be offering. Clear? Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma'am. Like you said, the more procurement and helping out with the larger farmers who are
Yes,
producing huge amount of
yes,
produce.
yes. Because see, everybody need to generate business. Now, if they will be procuring that small tons of produce from all the farmers, which will be having different quality. You know, it's not even uniform quality. How they can represent that particular thing on an international board? So if somebody is there, if an organization is there which can collaborate all these small produce and can sort and grade it in a uniform quality, of course they will take it. But again, the question is how to help the small and marginal farmers. Now this is your handicraft board which comes under Ministry of Textile and Government. Again, this has all the craft activity, marketing, your e-commerce, event calendars. Even I do not know much about this because I have never visited this, just going through this website along with you guys. So it must be providing certain training, supports, bodies, all those schemes which keep on going. So you can see these websites. And if just see how the work, basically I've told you how these commodities uh, board works. The other institutions which we will be talking about which are important is APIDA.
Ma'am,
What
ma'am,
is a
one more.
Hanji?
What about
Yes,
fruits?
Ma'am,
I
what
mean,
about
fruits
this
and
medicinal plants, ma'am?
I have not mentioned it there. It is there. Commodity boards, there. It is there of medicinal plants. It is there of horticulture boards. I have not mentioned here. I said I will be mentioning few of the commodity boards. There are many. There are of medicinal plants also, Ayurveds also. It is there. I said I will be mentioning only few of them. Like few of the institutions I have mentioned. I have not mentioned all the agriculture institutions. That's what I was saying. You can go through these commodity boards. Basic functions I have taught you. What is a commodity board? क्या करता है? Export करता है, marketing करता है, also research and extension of those specific board. If you are interested in one particular commodity, you can visit that commodity board. Fine. So the thing which was there that you should know about the commodity board. Now similarly, there are institutions like APIDA, AMITIDA, MOPI, Manage, NIAM, NARAM, NAFED, APMC, CACP. There are others also. और भी हैं. If you want, I will give you the list. I have no issue. Fine. So this is about, but I thought that these will be enough to discuss in the class. So the first one is APIDA. APIDA, what do you know about APIDA? Batao,
Ma'am,
Nomita.
it is an
Yes.
Coastal
Tell me.
foods exports.
Yes. Yes. So basically, it is for your agriculture. I hope the web page is visible to all of you. It is basically for your agriculture and processed food produce export development authority. If you can see a virtual trade fair happening, must have happened over here since everything is working on Zoom calls and internet nowadays. So every year they perform a trade fair. find where they invite all the processors of India as well as certain international places also come, and they show their produce, their processed foods, and they discuss about the companies, the ways, the value addition facilities. You must be aware about those mega food parks also, which are there in the food processing, वो सब होता है. So all those things are happening in this virtual trade fair nowadays. You have all the various reports. Hell number of reports are there if you want to read about your food processing. You have your APIDA products, which come floriculture, fresh fruits and vegetable, processed foods, animal products, cereals, organic, and APIDA product catalog is there. So you can go to any particular this, like let's talk about cereal. I want to know something about rice. So you have all the list of your rice exporters, you have extension bulletins. Then if you want to if this is your survey reports, year wise surveys report of those things. There was one more thing, there is export statistics also. If you want to go through this, there you can see this is called as APITA Agri Exchange. For your knowledge, here you can find any report, you can generate any report regarding any commodity. Suppose I want the report of fruits and vegetables for this year, and I need this value for the top 5 produce. I can find and I can search this report. So I'll get this report that the fruits and vegetable export to the top 5 countries is Netherlands, USA, Bangladesh, Thailand in the year 2019. Clear?
Ma'am, I have it out. Like
Yes.
the total agriculture procurement and the market price would be totally depend on the demand and supply. So there are some online trading platforms on the basis of commodity market also, where we
Yes.
can buy the commodity and sell the commodity in the point of lots.
Yes.
So, and that depends on based on demand and supply. So, ma'am,
Yes.
would APITA would be helping out our farmers like to identify the demand and supply so that we can produce the crop based on the demand, so
No.
that they would be
No.
getting
No.
fetching some good prices.
No. No. The function doesn't come under the
So,
yes. No. It doesn't do this.
so
It's
where can we find them like about these produce, like how much would be going to sell and how much
like
demand
what?
would be there?
Matlab, if the farmer wants to know that how much produce it wants to sell and how much.
Ma'am, like for an example, I can say
Yes.
has no oil prices in India was rise up like anything,
Yes. Yes.
because lack of proper produce in our country, and
No,
there are
because of
many
international policies also.
yes, ma'am. So
You must have read that Russian
and
issues in China and Russia. China is holding so many things already. I don't know what are their objectives. They are holding all the commodities like anything China. I don't know why. Rice, they have increased their buffer stock. Wheat, they have increased their buffer stock. And one of the reason for your oil price rising, since you have asked me, is because Malaysia, the cost of production, basically our palm oil comes from Malaysia, and the cost of production of that oil has also increased a lot because of climate change. So अब जो उनका cost of production था वो oil का बहुत बढ़ गया Malaysia में, and basically we are importing all the oil from Malaysia, majority of that. So
yes,
that is what,
so
yes.
these kind of data so that can be available on
No,
anywhere,
no. So
not
what do
about
you?
the APITA but
No,
anywhere.
no. Harish, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Harish. That's what your work as an agri-business comes. When I will be telling you, what do you think your job as a procurement manager will be? Your job will be to forecast the price. How you will be doing forecasting of your price? By doing fundamental analysis of a commodity. What is fundamental analysis of commodity, Harish? कि आप हर साल का आगे पीछे पुराना, you will be studying their demand and supply. You will be forecasting. If you are working for a sugar commodity, आपको पता होना चाहिए मैम अगले 5 साल में you should be able to tell me that in the coming 2 years the price is going to rise, and you should link the reason why the price is going to the rise, the international reason as well as the domestic reason, and therefore you can forecast the price. और तभी तो company आपको hire करेगी, because of your knowledge that you can predict कि price ऊपर जा रहा है नीचे जा रहा है, मुझे अपना contract बचा कर रखना है, I should already get into and save my company from the future price hike or the future price low. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए हरीश, this data you will not find anywhere. This is your knowledge. This is known as fundamental analysis of commodities.
Okay.
Do that. तो अगर आप wheat आपका interest का commodity है हरीश, तो आप all the news about wheat you will be reading, or you will be studying their production, you will be studying their prices, you will be correlating these things harish, and then you should be able to forecast कि this is, since the government is they have increased their procurement policies, or they have increased their buffer stock, और government आगे future में इतना produce लेगी, ये scheme निकला है, तो you should be able to know कि अगस्त अक्टूबर में क्या scenario होगा wheat का. आप समझ रहे हो मैं क्या कहना चाह रही हूँ आपको? ये कोई नहीं बताएगा आपको. No website is going to do that. No market body is going to do that. This is your basically your interest and your analysis which you will be doing. अगर आप reports पढ़ते हो हिंदुस्तान, these हिंदू में अगर आप commodities reports पढ़ते हो, you read who are the people who are talking about commodities. They are commodity analysts. और एक commodity का एक ही analyst होता है. When I used to work in NCDX, we used to take one person used to take care of one commodity, and we used to talk about all the XYZ factors related with that commodity. तुअर दाल का एक है, spices का another one, sugar का एक, wheat का एक, maize का एक. This is how they work. It's a big subject to talk about. So APIDA will not help you. No exchange, no platform can help you. Even the exchange platform will also not tell you. This is not their work. This is your work. If you are interested in a particular commodity, maybe if you are also interested in trading, Harish.
Yes.
तो जैसे आप शेयर मार्केट में फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस करते हो कि ये जब आप शेयर में पैसा लगाते हो, हाउ डू यू स्पेंड मनी इन शेयर मार्केट? You read about that company. See, you read about that balance sheet of their companies. You see what was the functioning of those companies in the 5 years. आगे क्या फ्यूचर है, डिजिटल मार्केट का स्ट्रांग होगा, इसके न्यू ब्रांचेस आ रहे हैं, इसके फ्रेंचाइजी आ रहे हैं, इज इट दिस कंपनी गोइंग टू ग्रो, इज इट शेयर मार्केट गोइंग टू ग्रो? दिस इज व्हाट यू स्टडी ना. ब्लाइंडली थोड़ी लगा देते हो पैसा शेयर मार्केट में. आप देखते हो Amazon grow kar raha hai, so you will spend more money in Amazon. Now you are seeing that all the food companies are growing like anything. Their share market is growing like anything. ITC le lo, Nestle le lo, Kellogg's le lo. So you are investing in these companies because you are relating it that in this pandemic the food companies are doing good, so you are doing a fundamental analysis. Similarly, if you have to trade, if you need to calculate the price and demand forecasting, you have to study that commodity. समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
अगर आपको wheat का है तो हरीश आपको wheat का सब पढ़ना पड़ेगा. You have to know, you should know what were the last 5-year prices, and you should also be able to forecast what will be the next year price. This is basically a work of a procurement manager. ये जो जितने multinational companies हैं आपका, if you anyone, not even multinational foods company, where you work, as I mentioned, as a procurement manager, whether you pick ITC or you pick Nestle or you pick Britannia, besides buying things commodity for your produce, the other work will be that you will always be having all the marketing intelligence of that commodity. तभी तो आप उस commodity के expert होगे. If today you are having a seminar of a commodity expert of sugar, that means that person knows all the international news, national news, all the parameters, domestic, international, about that commodity. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
तो वो हरीश जो आप चाह रहे हो, nobody is going to give you a capsule. If you are interested in commodities, if you are interested in all these things, pick one commodity and start working on that. Simple. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, yes. So I was telling about APIDA. These are the foreign trades policy. Okay, and this is the statistics. now I think we are running short of time, so I have a quiz for all of you. Be ready, and the rest of the institution I'll discuss tomorrow. Fine? So please be ready for your quiz. Yes. So this is your third quiz. We have one more quiz to go. So you can assume another quiz in the coming 2 days. So these are 6 questions you need to write. What are the major impact of providing power subsidy? Just line 1, line 2, line 3. No explanation in detail, but what are the impacts? As for the year 2021, how much is the budget allocation to your crop insurance? The latest allocation to crop insurance. What are the exclusions for providing crop insurance? किन किन हर चीजों पर crop insurance नहीं provide किया जाता, which we already discussed in the session. Discuss the consequences of fertilizer subsidies, how system of direct benefit transfer DBT could help you to do away with these constraints. Name the price differential benefit scheme and its benefits. What is the actual cost per acre project after availing the irrigation subsidy? This was also mentioned by one of your groups. And write name of 4 FPOs. कहाँ के हैं ये FPOs, which area of operation and with which commodities they deal. Please start doing this. You have 15 minutes. Write your answer according to 15 minutes. सबने cameras off कर रखे हैं except Muslin and Sheetal. Can you all switch on your cameras, guys? All the answers to these questions you will find in your group PPTs, which you all have given to me. So Taruk had send me your group PPTs. I have designed your quiz from your group PPTs only. 5 minutes more. Okay, now please wrap your answers and start sending them. Tomorrow we will discuss the case which I had given to Taruk yesterday. I hope you must have got that case, ICT in agriculture, right? So we will be discussing that case. Please come prepared and we'll discuss few of the institutions. Fine. And after that, we'll start with your sectoral report presentations. Okay, now please submit, guys. Please, I'm ending the session. Please submit. I know you all know all the answers. So please submit. सबके आंसर्स बहुत ही अच्छे होते हैं हर बार को इसमें. So आप सब लोग प्लीज सबमिट कर दीजिए.
Ma'am, where we submit?
Wherever you submit, वो कौन सा email ID है, then they forward it to me. This whole long procedure. Your academic something na that. There, please submit. Taruk, make sure everybody is submitting. I am ending the session now. I have another session in 5 minutes. So I need a break of few minutes. Fine? Taruk, fine? Okay, bye.
Yes,
Chaliye.
ma'am.
Okay, bye, Taruk. Bye, everyone. Please submit your sessions.
Okay.
Okay.
Recording stop कर ले.
ISAB Academics.